Hello. Maribeth says, waiting for the snow. Brandy says, good morning from Sonoma County. Good morning, Caragwin. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Angelia. It's nice to be here with you all. 1 minute before I started practice, I saw a message that one of my oldest friends died. And that's the second one this weekend. Today was going to be Dana's birthday, and she passed yesterday. And my good friend Scott, who I've known since I was in 8th grade, passed last week. So I am a little bit of a mess. But when you're a mess, practice. When you're happy, practice. When you're angry, practice. When you're happy and joyful, practice, we bring it all to the mat. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing myself to the cushion. And today we'll be dedicating practice to Scott and Dana. See which form of Guanyin shows up today. Today is Guanyin of prayer with the keyword devotion. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your hearts and your love and your kindness. Thank you, Christy, Leslie, Natalie, Danielle, Angelia, Willow, Caragwin, Becky. Thank you. Thank you for witnessing and being here with me. Here she is, Guanyin of prayer, which is exactly, I think, the medicine I need today. Maybe it's the medicine you need as well. Guanyin sits on a huge lotus flower and has placed her palms together for prayer. She connects with all sentient beings and the Buddhas in a loving and compassionate way. Guanyin of prayer appears to those who want to renounce the mundane and devote themselves to their personal spiritual practice. We see in her a spiritual master and teacher who will support us in our personal meditations. By developing our own devotion and compassion, we can enter into her spiritual space and immerse ourselves in her bodhisattva light. The bodhisattva, perceiver of the world's sounds, possesses great authority and supernatural powers and can confer many benefits. For this reason, living beings should constantly keep the thought of her in mind. Invoke Guanyin of prayer to deepen your devotion in your meditations. Follow her example. Put your palms together, take a few deep breaths, and focus your awareness on your heart. If you can, do this practice near water, at the seashore, or on the bank of a river or stream. This is very meaningful. I moved to Dunsmuir because I went to a waterfall just down the street on a visit and saw an image of Guanyin in the rock there and felt strongly that I was supposed to move here so that I could chant near this waterfall, which connects down to the Sacramento River, which runs down behind my house. Well, like a block down. And I did. I moved here on winter solstice 2015. And for the first half of 2016, I chanted by myself and established my practice. And then in August of 2016, I began to do these broadcasts and accumulate mantras with the temple and started the whole process of building the Guanyin shrine, which is still an ongoing process. So I think it's really interesting. These two people who have passed, Scott, I'm going to tell you about them. Scott lost his eye in a BB gun accident when he was young. His brother accidentally shot his eye out with a BB gun. Like literally, he used to joke about it. He had a great sense of humor, and he used to joke about how that movie, The Christmas Story, where they say you'll shoot your eye out, how that actually happened to him. And his family sued the BB gun company and they won. And then he got this money that he had to kind of, he couldn't access until he was 18. But when he was 19, he took that money and he opened a comic book store in my town. And that comic book store, I started going there when I was in like 7th grade or 8th grade. I think 8th grade. I remember it most clearly in 8th grade. I went every single day after school to that comic book store. That's where I met all the gamers and hippies and skaters and goths and punks and weirdos. And that became my life. Like that world became my life. And then over time, he would like look out for me. Like if he noticed there was like a man paying attention to me, he would kind of separate us or get into the conversation and dismantle it. He made me laugh. He introduced me to adults who were weirdos, like people in their 30s and 40s who were like gamers and, early days of the computer, early computer enthusiasts. And he was just so fundamental to who I am now, introduced me to literature and art that I loved, Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance, a lot of different things. And we stayed in touch over the years. And even though we didn't live close to each other and we didn't see each other, we would just reach out and connect every couple months. And it was so great to have this friend for my whole life so far. And Dana was one of my first tarot clients. And for years, maybe like 15 years, we did trades because she was an esthetician. So I would go to her office, which she had a cute little office in San Francisco, very beautifully decorated. And I would get facials and then I would give her readings. And it was so much fun. And I saw her through a lot of different life's ups and downs. And she beat cancer once and then it came back. And eventually it won. The last time I communicated with her was in this past September when she sent me a note asking if when I was in Hawaii, I would pray for her. And I said, sure, I would. And I did. And then I reached back out to her and we maybe just exchanged after that a few more words. And then I didn't hear from her for a while. But I would see her posts, online, and I felt like she, I saw a picture of her a couple weeks ago and she was looking quite thin and she had the look and I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was going to come today. So these were good people in my life. And I practice and I do the work that I do because it puts me in touch with good people. And to be that person in someone's life who can kind of accompany them in whatever way, near or far, across that final threshold is an honor. So let's pray and hold Scott and Dana today in our practice for their spirits to move joyfully across the plains and into the oneness light. And let's see what our card is today. I kind of feel like I understand a little better the Veil of Shadows card from Friday, because this weekend has been quite a doozy. Oh, it came out again. That's really so surprising. I put it back in. I shuffled. I drew it random. It was underneath another card. I won't read it again because we already saw it on Friday, but that sometimes when we are going through a difficult time, the Veil of Shadows is when Guanyin is the closest to us. And so when we feel sad, even though it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to grieve, it's okay to feel that loss, we can also feel kind of a certain like happiness knowing that in these moments, Guanyin is really close. So today, let's draw closer to Guanyin than even before. Let's place any sadness at her feet. Let's let her help. That's what she's promised to do. And as beings on the Dharma path, that is also what we've promised to do for others. So let's be that for anyone who's sorrowing or grieving today. I think that's all I've got in me for the short bit. Let's dive into practice and put our mantra where our mouth is. 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And holding Scott Wayner and Dana Sanchez in our practice today, as well as anyone else who has been lost or who has lost someone. Let's recite the Four Immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guanyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanyin Pusa, beckoning Guanyin to draw near to all those who are sorrowing and to lift up all those who have moved on. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, Namo Guanyin Pusa, Namo Guanyin Pusa, Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, Namo Guanyin Pusa, Namo Guanyin Pusa, Namo Guanyin Pusa. And our prayer to Yeshit Sogyal. Ying Chutaki Tsomo Karchansa, Dusum Kunchen Pema Jungneki, Sangso Dipo Dechen Sogyalmar, Sowa Dipso Chukdun Nudrup So. Mother of space, foremost of Dakinis, Lady Karchansa, gatherer of the secret treasury of Padmakara, knower of all past, present, and future, Mother Sugil, great bliss queen, to you we pray. Grant us cities, ordinary and supreme. Yingchukdaki Soma Karchansa, Dusum Kunchempema Jungyeki, Sangso Dupo de Chen So Gyalmar, So Wadipso, Chukdun Nudrup So. And 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our compassion to Scott and all who loved him, and Dana and all who love her, and anyone else who's struggling or suffering as a result of a death. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks to our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadei Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessing of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanyin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. Wishing everyone a happy, healthy day. Thank you so much for sending me hearts and little sweet notes in the comments. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.